in any generation. And you guys, when you guys take drugs, you guys take lame drugs. You guys take drugs like Ritalin to make you better at school. Like
Yeah.
you guys are doing it wrong. Okay, that's not, you shouldn't do that. Okay, just kidding, Xennials. I love you guys. But this is an age restricted video, so you shouldn't be watching this anyways. But if you are, share, like, and subscribe. But yeah, so we have this place where and then because of the OnlyFans and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
because of Instagram, um, women will conflate their will overvalue themselves because now
Yeah.
they're able to be reached by a bunch of people and, hey, look, I got a DM from this fancy guy and he's a blue check mark and this person wants me. And the
Yeah.
women, they have a difficult time because women don't know whether the dude is trying to hit it or not or have a relationship. And then the guys growing up off hip hop. I mean, even from a young age, you can start from a young age. I mean, this may be where we start losing our innocence and our abilities. Is somewhere along the line we went from watching the Ninja Turtles, or as they're known in the UK, the Ninja Heroes.
No,
Uh,
no, no, no. Turtles. That's new shit. That is
well,
turtles
when they
now growing
first when this is something we can Google, but yeah, when they first came out, the 1987 cartoon show, they were known as the heroes because the censors in the UK deemed them too that ninjas was too graphic. I'll put that up on screen if you guys are interested. But yeah, I mean, the first thing these people see after the Ninja Turtles or whatever is, when you people find music videos or MTV or magazines, especially hip hop music, and not real hip hop music, but they do it in country, they do it in rock and roll, they do it in almost all genres of music. But
up.
um, the guy, he's supposed to have a bunch of women and treat them like hoes and bitches. That's not really conducive to great relationships later. And women are taught to show off their physical assets as a way to get attention for men. So yeah, I mean, what do you make of the rise of this type
Okay.
of
I
thing,
love it.
of this type of
I love
uh,
it.
I'm sorry.
I love it. Will. I love this because I do a Saturday live on Patreon, so it's so we don't need to use code words and stuff, and we talk about this type of situation because it creeps up, and you're encapsulating a very large topic base, which is gonna go so many different places. So I'm gonna try and be as concise as possible. So we've got like analogy. We've got a two-story, three-bedroom house. That didn't just appear there, did it? We had to get contractors, we had to get permits, and we had to do all these other things. So number one, have permission to build this said house. Then the contractors had to come. They had to pour foundations. So that was the foundations that the house then had to sit on. And the house was sit on by basically bricklayers laying their shit. Yeah, the internal guys coming in. And then they do the last fix, which because the electrician's done all this stuff, he's run all these wires, the plumbers come, the gas mans come, all of that stuff. And we have a pretty little house. So that's the analogy which I'm placing on this subject, which is male and female dynamics. Now, going back now, let's talk about from a personal experience now. So, as you said, Ninja Turtles. I love being a turtle.
Yeah,
Dude,
I love this dude.
Dick, Dick Wolf and all that shit. Come on, man. That was the days, man. 87, 88. That was just the wonder years, man. You had no worries. The only worries you had, Will, was as long as you had a pair of branded trainers, you were cool. There was, if you got into a
That's
fight,
translation. Branded trainers means over here some fresh Nikes, right?
yes,
That's what it
exactly.
means over here.
Exactly. But look, hey, you didn't even have to have Nikes back then. Nikes was creme de la creme. You could have high tech, you could have Puma, you could have Gola. There was a plethora of other brands, but you couldn't have like a no name like
I don't know how old you are. I don't know how old you are, but do you remember the holy grail of old school sneakers, the Reebok Pump?
of course, man. And it was expensive as hell. Will, they were expensive as hell.
You want to hear a ghetto white trash story? So when I made my first communion, hang on, folks, share the video. When I made my first communion, one of my aunts or my grandma gave me $20, and back then that's a lot of money. And
Yeah.
what was it, like 1990 or some shit like that?
Mm.
1990, I was 8 years old or something like that, 7, 8 years old, and immediately I went to Ames, which is this basically like a Kmart, like proto Walmart, cheap store, and I bought the bootleg LA Knight fucking pumps, bro. Next day I was in school. I thought I was the coolest motherfucker. I was sitting in the reading circle. Some little girl started pumping up my pumps. I was just like, took a sip of the juicy juice, like, ah, life is good. And then I hit puberty, and it was all downhill a lot. Thanks from there. Thanks a lot. But those are
Yeah,
the good old days. Those are the
they
good old days.
sure was, man. They sure was. Now I got a little bit of age on you still, Will. I got a little bit of age on you. So at that time when they came out over here, they was
You
they were
look younger than me.
probably
That's surprising.
they were probably I'm gonna say because I would have been in secondary school. So I would have been maybe I don't know 12, 11, 12, that sort of time, maybe 13. They were about 90 to 100 and something pounds. Now that shit back then,
Yikes.
you either have some very rich. So let's look at the comparison. So today, in today's money, we're looking, I don't know, maybe what, for maybe $500, $600 pound. Fucking big money,
Yikes.
man. So, and
Yikes.
just to pump the tongue up, Will, just for the tongue.
Well,
So,
speaking of high fashion, you've also, I want you to talk about this because at first when you sent this, I was like, is this real? But it is real. You've collaborated with Supreme, and so yeah, tell people about that and how they can get their merch. Let's put it up on screen. Give me a sec here and find this out. But tell people about that, bro, because that's fire.
oh, okay. So correction. It's not a collaboration. Will I'm not
It
that.
is.
I'm
It
not.
is technically a collaboration. Okay, but you can choose your words like that. But it technically is, and I will say that. But yeah,
Right. So yeah, the creative juices were flowing. I thought to myself, it's a slightly crowded market of sorts. Can I bring something? Can I bring some clarity, some clarity and quality into this messy space? And bring a brand which has a meaning behind it, something that people can really say, maybe get behind and support and feel like, yeah, I know what this is all about. I know what this stands for, and also it's quality and it looks pretty cool. So we put together the Supreme
yeah.
Escape.
Tell people about the logo too.
Okay, so anybody who is of a certain age will look at that logo and see that target, and that will be reminiscent to Public Enemy, and it will also be reminiscent
I got
to
a
Public.
letter from the government. I
Yes,
opened it. They said they were suckers.
yeah, yeah. So I thought, let me bring some of that flavor, and obviously there is a someone's pointed this out as well because I think there's another brand who uses a similar kind of targeted kind of compass logo, which is high fashion. And I thought, okay, let's mix the two together, and then let's put a woman's face in the middle of it because the woman is very much a target in this current time that we're in. And yeah, let's make a statement. Let's make a subtle statement and put it out there, kind of thing. So yes, so it's a whole line from t-shirts, hoodies, gilets, body warmers, as I would call them. Um, your more smart casual wear as well, shirts, absolutely everything. Absolutely a very limited range. It's only going to be, I think it's going to be 900 of each piece that's going to be produced. So yeah, some exclusive stuff, some exclusive drip, as the youngsters say these days, and you're supporting real designers and behind a real network trying to uplift fallen humanity. So it's a kind of a conglomeration of design work and backstage work as well.
Well, I'm gonna probably. I want you guys to support this merch. I want you to support all the links in the description. Find him on YouTube. Find him on all the platforms. He's on all the podcast platforms. Instagram, his TikTok. Go support. Send him the comments. Um, uh, the most important question though, I have probably the hardest hitting question I saved for last here. Are the hats snapbacks?
Of course. When I was
Okay.
doing and of course, I've got to be fair. I was originally searching for fitted, so I was going to do your sixes all the way up to your, I think it's like 13s or something like that. But I thought, no, only the old schoolers are going to be wearing fitted. So let's accommodate the new wave. Because when I was coming up, we couldn't get fitted hats over here. We could only buy your starter caps, you
Yep.
know. And
Starter was
you
the
were
shit.
you
Starter.
remember? Yeah, man. Old school
That's
starter
what
with the
that's
blank.
what happens with hats. They started out as snapbacks in the late 80s, early 90s. Everyone was wearing snapbacks, and
Yes.
then as the 90s and early 2000s progressed, it was more fitted. But
Hmm.
this me, I like the snapbacks, and plus
Yeah.
fitteds. I got a weird shaped head, so I'll definitely be debuting one of those hats soon to match with the fake Mike shirt, red and black. It's gonna be a good logo. I'll be
Yeah.
selling these. Not as quality as his shit. Well, we'll get the quality up here, but yeah, I'll definitely be looking forward to it.
We'll talk back office, Will. Don't worry
Oh,
about that.
and
We'll
also, yeah, he's got a website coming very soon. By the way, we're gonna talk behind the scenes because I can hook you up with a dope ass website. Me and my boy Mel's will take care of that, no problem. Um, but yeah, let's. I think next time in maybe 2 or 3 weeks we should schedule this. And I'm going through a lot of
Yes.
change with the show and
Yeah.
things behind the scenes. So I'll be talking with you about that. But I want to format
Yeah.
things a little bit differently. And I don't want to give too much away now, but I'll kind of talk to you about that.
Hmm.
But yeah, take your time. Any final thoughts? What's most important people should know about what the hell is going on in the UK? Any final thoughts on Kevin
Okay.
Samuel,
Well, no.
reincarnation?
No. I didn't even. I gave the premise, man. I did the
Yeah, I
layup
know.
there.
I'm terrible. Take your time. We're
I
kicking it. I
Yeah.
want you to be able to get your final thoughts
Yeah.
out because there's no
Okay.
rush on this. I just wanted to
Cool.
say my piece
Because
and trying to shut the
because
fuck up.
we gotta unpack this. We've gotta unpack this because this isn't just one thing. There's not a one pronged attack that can fix the slippery slope and the gender war which is being ensued, and I might add is being promoted strangely enough financially, etc. By
Yeah, what do you
people.
make of that? What do you make of that? Because in a way, I do see like they do present some good solutions. And one of the things you're going to learn from all of these people, regardless, I mean, and there's people with all different ideas out here. It's just like the conspiracy field. Like there's all sorts of different people that diametrically oppose themselves each
Mhm.
other. But I do obviously it's good to try to have good posture, right? I'm slacking right now. You want to have good posture. You want to take
Mhm.
care of yourself. You
Yes.
wanna you wanna present yourself well. You wanna make your life better. As I'm talking generally as a man now, you
Mhm.
want to make your life better so you can have some money, you can provide for yourself and a family one day. And for women, you're going to want to do certain things to create a family that are going to be different from men. And I do think it's cool that people are learning how to be them better selves. But it is interesting that it's coming on all of a sudden, and they are talking about some things that are kind of dicey subjects, for sure. And but they're not only here, but they're promoted. So that's why is that?
Um. hmm, the destruction of civilization, ultimately. Remember the Georgia Guidestones? Remember when we first woke up, when we was first stirring in the bed, and we were coming out of REM sleep, and we started to hear about all of these conspiratorial secret societies and occult knowledge, and we found out about the Georgia Guidestones, which were recently blown up. One section of it, it's talking about depopulation, and we read Mancini's letters, and we read Albert Pike Declaration. Hmm? Then we look at it's the Rockefeller's book, Henry Ford. Hmm? And we say to ourselves, clearly, these space monkeys, they've got a plan. And the plan's not to have all of us on this plane of existence. You know why? I couldn't tell you why. Um, maybe as was the leader of Black Sabbath, the general commander, he makes me tour even though I'm half dead. So yeah, I signed my soul to him. I gotta keep up the deal. Whatever it is, these people do only want a certain amount of people on this plane of existence. So how are we gonna do that? The old school way was just to the kings and the queens would say, hey, go out there. I want you to kill some people for me. I've got an argument with my cousin over there. He's moving way too shifty. I'm not about none of that business. Go and kill him. And then all the peasants, so called, would go out and fight these wars. And millions of deaths, part of the ritual, part of all that stuff, they would all die. So now they're like, we don't necessarily want all that stuff. I mean, we'll let the little proxy wars take place and we'll foment all this stuff. But we're going to do it in other different ways now. What we're going to do is we're going to actually create corporations and industries to slowly kill us and we'll make money at the same time. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make you infertile and then we're going to present the options and the savior. So what Mr. Ike say? Problem, action, solution, the Hegelian dialect. like the little gang who go around and mash up shops and say, yeah, you know what, we can if you pay us, we can protect this area because we've been noticing there's been these hoodlums coming in your shop and they've been mashing up the place. But if we patrol, you just give us like $300 a month and we'll patrol this whole neighborhood. Look, Joe down the road, he pays us. Look at his shop, man. He's not getting broken into. You create the problem. You've already got the damn solution. And then, we see what happens after. So we've got the pharmaceutical, we've got the fluoride, we've got the cowpox everywhere, we've got the soy and the soy, Will. The soy is everywhere. Soy is what? Estrogen. Estrogen is for who? Women? Oh, is it for men as well? Oh, and everywhere men go and all the whole population, we've just got an increased amount of estrogen via genetically modified soy. So we've got genetically modified soy, genetically modified corn, which we're using to feed animals rather than allowing to eat grass. We're pumping them full of chemicals, yeah? We're destroying the family structure. We're saying to you guys, you know what? You can produce these little babies all you want, but you're not going to be able to really raise them. You're going to drag your kids up. You're not even going to call them children anymore. You're going to call them baby goats. And you're going to treat them as such. You're going to treat your children like little baby goats. You won't let them eat grass because if you do that, we'll say that's wrong and lock your ass up and take the child away by the means of CPS if you're in America, which is a whole of another topic which I'm not even going to get into. But we've got a system in place to destroy us in every angle. And then what we do, we're living within this system. We then offer our children to the system, for the system to destroy the unlimited potential, to break them down, to put them in the box, to say, yeah, Stacey Ann, Mary Lou, you're working behind the bar. That's all you're destined to do. Don't worry about science. No, you don't need to worry about none of that. Unless you meet some Playboy executive or if you get your OnlyFans, you're working behind the bar. Steve, you're in the call center. Hey, John, I know you've got your dad is a sheriff and he's a buffalo. He's working his way up into the Freemasonry side. So we'll let you join like AT&T or whatever corporation. Everyone's got their place. And then what we also do is we also say, let's just sexualize the hell out of everybody. Let's get the titties out there. Let's get the asses out there. Let's just proliferate the whole world with sex. Let's just put it in the advertisements. Let's even change the whole fashion industry, even. Let's just change the fashion industry and let's promote what pornography artists, strippers and dancers, let's promote their fashion what titillates men. Let's promote that kind of dressing as the fashion for all women. Let women wear clear stripper shoes, and that's to go out to the club. That's to have fun in. Let's now get let's get the surgical industry in it, and let's do the BBLs. Let's pump their lips full of all kind of fuckery. I have no idea what the pumping is. Let's let's contour their face. Let's turn them into Decepticons. Let's take a very unattractive woman. Let's spend an hour putting makeup on this woman, and now she's the most beautiful thing you've ever thought of. And then what we'll do is we'll cut her open, suck out all this stuff, put it here, put it there.
Gross,
Yeah,
dude.
we're
And
doing it.
that never looks good too. Like the women don't realize that. I mean, at least for me, and everybody's different. And I definitely don't speak for all heterosexual males. I would like to, if you guys want to elect me to that, just send $5 on Cash App. But yeah, like when you got a woman who's lips are, and then like the fake titties are, they're not. I'd rather the normal ones, in the fake butt, they look like they're cement, and it's just gross. And just the fact that I know you're slicing and dicing, and just that makes me squeamish, bro. That is not, it's not a good look. It's not a good look,
It's
bro.
well, look, I'm gonna be honest. I can appreciate. It's not my go-to. You know, speaking as a man, I appreciate beauty in all of its forms, bro. So from a petite woman, you know, maybe a size D cup or something like that, maybe a little bit of a gluteus maximus, to a very curvaceous woman who's more of my type, to someone who is maybe what would they call them, BBWs, within reason, within reason, guys. Use your imagination, and then someone who is surgically enhanced, again within reason. I can see beauty within all of those stratas. Fears. Now, I have a specific type within that range. As I say, I'm not going to head directly to someone who is all made up and say, this is someone who I want to spend my life with. I can understand males lusting, and even males who that is their
Of course,
particular
of
type.
course. Yeah. For me, I like my women like I like my coffee, hot, black, and all over my lap. Just kidding, but seriously, I like my women like I like my coffee, thrown out every 20 minutes. But seriously, I like my women like, okay, just kidding. Yeah, better than the point
Hey,
jokes.
hey,
Um,
Will. Once you go black, you're gonna need a wheelchair, right?
I'm just looking for anything right now. I'm just looking for anything I can get. No, just kidding. But no, I do think it's fascinating. First of all, guys, on screen is CFR Network. Um, Go subscribe. Let's see. I'm gonna refresh it in a minute or so here. It's at CFR Network 777 right now. 549 subscribers. Let's get them over 1,000 right now. Look, I didn't even hit the bell. Let's hit the bell. And you're probably like, oh, Will, how come you don't have any red lines? You never watch his videos. Well, there's two answers to that. I've already addressed that because that does look bad, right? But one, first of all, my first channel, which I watched everything on, was obviously deleted, and I'm reshaping my YouTube now. So this is my channel that you're looking at here, and I don't want. I don't even. I'm so creeped out, and they pulled a couple of my videos, and they the other day too, and they said, "Don't worry, it's not a strike." But we think this, and I had already cleaned up all my videos
Yeah.
from everything, and then I started. I just don't subscribe to. I mean, I'll subscribe, but I just don't. Even some of the subscriptions and stuff, I have a separate YouTube channel that I do that for because
Keep it
man,
clean.
it was a disheartening day losing all those
Yeah.
people because
Will.
and
I totally understand exactly. How many content creators are no longer on Boob, Tube?
YouTube used to be the place, bro. I mean, take a look. Yo, bro. The thing is, YouTube is probably the greatest website in the history of all mankind, and now it's fucked up, right? All right, so let's. I'm just gonna do random stuff right now. WTC7, right? Okay,
And yeah,
you get these
yeah.
things. We would have never gotten this, right? You get Associated Press, New York Post, the Young Turk,
I
right?
know.
we'd have never gotten this. But now take a look at this, right? So let's just play one of them. I'm not even going to play one, but I'm just going to show you what happens if you play one of these videos. Let's just say, let's even do the Associated Press because they're the most official, right? They're the ones owned by the. And first of all, guys, if you haven't seen this video, it's like 7 seconds. I'm going to play it, but um, oh wow, interesting. Um,
They left the
this
comments on.
yeah, well, not only did they have the comments on, but and something like this because I just typed in WTC7, right? But usually underneath that it'll have a Wikipedia that says, "Oh, the World
No,
Trade
no,
Center."
no, Will. They will only put that under our content. They're not gonna
Nah,
put
they've
that
done
on.
that. They've even done that on one of Bill Gates. Watch this. Watch this. They even did this on one of Bill Gates' videos, bro.
Shit.
Yeah, bro. They put misinformation on one of his thingers. Not something I forget which one it is. And look, are we really to believe that? Okay, take a look at this. This is Bill Gates, right? This is so absurd and unbelievable. He has 3 million subscribers, right? Well, that's not true. And here's how I know that's not true. These guys are lying right to our faces here. They think, oh yeah, they think, oh yeah, Bohemian Grove. I mean, sure, Henry Kissinger, sure, Ronald Reagan, sure, Dwight Eisenhower, sure, the Bushes, sure, all the evilest people in the world. Sure, they absolutely dress up in white and red Ku Klux Klan outfits. Yeah, sure, they gather around an owl that talks. Sure, they grab torches, and sure, they do a mock sacrifice. And sure, they dress up in drag and have, according to the New York Post, have gay male prostitutes shipped in, which is ironic because of the Republicans and they're supposed to hate gays. Oh, it's so weird. Sure, but they're not doing anything crazy there. All right. So Bill Gates, 3 million subscribers. 3 million subscribers. Okay. 610 views.
Exactly.
7,000 views. Right? No. This is not true. This is not true, bro. And it's not just Bill Gates too. Look, and guys know I took the last 2 months off, and I'll catch up. But I've watched every single episode upload of the History Channel. The History Channel. Just take a look at this. This is not true. This they're selling you an illusion. 12.6 million subscribers. All right, let's take a look at their videos. 11,000, 2.5 thousand, 7.5 thousand.
Yeah.
Like this is not true. This is not
Doesn't
true.
it doesn't
I'm
matter,
sorry.
does it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna even comment on that one. That's too funny. Yeah, views. I know views don't equal subscribers, right? But if you have 12 million people that are, and I appreciate, and Chris, I really appreciate you. This is the first time you've been in my chat because I like you, and you're, yes, views don't equal subscribers, and subscribers don't equal views. But uh, w-
Well, hey, before you continue, Will.
no, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. But,
No, 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 no. I want you to finish that thought. I want you to finish that thought. But the he's right, Chris. You're right. But at the same time, with an established channel like the History Channel, the views are gonna align a lot more with subscribers than your average Moles channel. Continue, sir.
well, no, I'm just saying, like, if here's how it works on YouTube. It's I have what 18,000 subscribers, whatever. That's not even 17. What I don't know, 19, something like that. I have roughly around that area of subscribers. So what happens is, and so you notice here, anytime you subscribe to somebody that you like, you're gonna want to hit the bell, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even if you don't hit the bell, which means you get notified every single time that person either releases a video, says something, or conducts a poll, or shares an article or some thoughts on the community tab, releases a video, sure to go live, you're gonna get the notification right there. You can do it personalized. You can have none and still subscribe, or you can unsubscribe. Obviously, you're going to subscribe and hit the bell. So what happens is CFR Network has far better content than both of those two channels that I talked to you about combined. Hands down, not a debate, right? He unfortunately only has 549 subscribers, right? He would have way more if the rules were right here, and that's as far as I'm going to take that. But when he goes live, 549 of his subscribers will be notified, or at least some of those. When Bill Gates goes live or the History Channel goes live, 3 to 12 million people will be notified. That's just built-in views. That's built-in views right there. And so that's how that goes. Sorry.
I'd say
So,
little boobies, man. Little boob too. and I will say we were part of, either creating content or consuming the content on YouTube when it was first created. It was a beautiful place, man. It was a beautiful place where you could go down so many different rabbit holes, trying to be educated. You'd be downloading videos, storing them and stuff, the really important ones. And then it got to a point where you're like, yeah, you know what? I don't need to dance. I was at a point where if I read a document, I would either screen print it and print that off because I was so paranoid that they would change it. They would change the document, which I've seen them do with news headlines and stuff. They'll recycle
Mm-hmm.
headlines, images, and all that stuff. So I would always print stuff up. I thought, you know what, since let's, it's getting on now and stuff. I should be able to have this as a digital archive. So I would just put them into playlists and stuff, and then eventually video deleted, video private. You're not seeing these videos, and then it started taking all of the content creators away, and then certain ones would go like, "Where's Freeman Fly? Where's Freeman Fly? Will
Where's Tex Mars?
text
Where's
marks? Yeah,
where? I mean, not that we even have to agree with all these people, but where are all these people, bro? Where did they go?
mm.
Um, I mean, like friends of mine.
So yeah.
Yeah,
There's,
we use
there's
all this
some we
shit.
don't even. I can't even remember their names. The amount of different content creators we were subscribed to, like,
Remember Michael
yeah, and
Sarion?
yes,
He's a beast. He's still
yes,
out there. He's actually still
he
out
is.
there, but it's crazy. Thank you, Katie, for subscribing. Yeah, it's on the screen. CFR Network link is in the chat, and it's also on screen double twice. It's also in the description along with his other. So please check that out. And I mean, these
Much
people were.
appreciated.
I mean, this is a direct threat. This is a direct threat when people are talking about stuff like that. It's a direct threat to the power system.
Yes, it really is, and it really hurts when you put all the work in. My first channel I was on in 9 months, Will. I was on 1.3 million subscribers.
What?
The views were out of this flipping world. And then well, whoo, now I'm getting all these emails, hate speech, against the community guidelines, this, against the community, and then I'm reading all these emails, and then I thought, all right, so am I gonna go in and like private these videos or delete them? I opened the YouTube app and it wouldn't even let me go into the profile itself. That channel is dead. And ever since, I have they've said, okay, here we go. Oh, it's this guy. It's normal. Oh no, I don't care what he's calling himself now. We're shadow banning out at this guy. He's not going anywhere. So I've just been shadow banned to the the basement, underneath the basement in the dungeon.
Yeah, and that's what happens, and that's why we have to support people like CFR and share these videos, share his work, share my work, share the work of the people that are really out there. And like I said with the beginning of this conversation, you don't have to even agree with everything we say. You don't even have to agree or like us or like the way we present the information. Like he said earlier, eat the meat, spit out the bones. I would say eat the vegan meat, and you don't have any bones in there, so it's double win. But just take the information. Don't like he said, like Chris said, like I always say, don't take our word for any of it. Call our bluffs. Go research it, and when you find out that yes, indeed, the Federal Reserve System is illegal, unconstitutional, immoral, uh, and stealing your money, then warn other people about it. Create a more altruistic world by being nonviolent and using the Socratic method. When you find out 9/11 wasn't what you told you, tell people about that shit. When you find out, yeah, there's a bunch of weird Republicans dress up like Ku Klux members, and they grab some torches and howl in front of an owl. That's weird. Maybe we shouldn't vote for those type of people. Um, and again, I'll say this too, because people are asking me about Vivek and RFK. I did a video on them. You guys can go check that out. Vivek and RFK, they're both frauds. And guess what? Even if any person that we had out there was good, we can't vote our way out of this problem. You can't vote your way out of the Federal Reserve. You can't vote your way out of the Bank of England. You can't vote your way out of MI5, MI6, the CIA, the FBI. You can't do it. It's going to take a different type of change. And it's nonviolent change, but it's going to take us waking up, and it's going to take Roger, Chris, Unc, Antimatter, Lori, Katie, everyone sharing this video, getting it out to as many people, or just at least taking the information and getting it out, because we're not being promoted like these other big boys are. And this information is not, we're not unboxing kittens here. Uh, we're telling you stuff that's very powerful. As a matter of fact, CFR has uh, correctly predicted a lot of things that are going on, and we're at a crossroads. Whether you want to admit it or not, we've been at a crossroads. We've already taken the bad turn on the crossroads. Hopefully, we can backtrack and get right on the back path, but it's not going to happen unless we as people, uh, first of all, change the man in the mirror, and then take this information and share it with other folks. And I really want to thank CFR because he's somebody that I really admire. I really admire the work he did. Honestly, when I first met CFR, I didn't even understand the gravity of what he was doing. I didn't even understand how awesome what he was doing is. So I want to invite him back on, because we're already well over 2 hours here, and I'm going live again in like another 2 hours, and I got to eat. And CFR, if you actually want to, it'd probably be pretty late your time, but if I'll send you an invite, we can, if you want to come on then, or if not, and again, and I would like to make you a regular guest on this show. I'm thinking about doing like a fake Mike Fridays or Saturday. I'm gonna pick a day. I'm gonna do a podcast. We're doing all sorts of different things. I'm gonna fill you in on that. We'll get you a sweet little website and stuff like that. Actually, a really dope website. But yeah, I want you guys to get out there, get involved, take an hour this week and do something different that you haven't done. Talk to people about the Federal Reserve. Talk to them about the building seven. Building seven's a good one. Listen to what people care about, and then couch your argument or your discussion in that manner. Can we put a CFR YouTube link? I want to sub. Yes. Thank you to the people that already subbed. I'm going to put the link. It's on the screen. It's in the description of this video. If you just type in CFR Network or CFR Network 777, it'll come right up into the YouTube browser. But I just put it here. I will pin it in the comments after this video is done. And I really want you guys, I can't say this shit enough, go over to his channel. Not only comment here, like here, share here, but go to his channel, subscribe, and leave him a comment. Hey, say the fakest of all Mike sent you, because one comments help, right?
Yes.
And that helps the algorithm. So yeah, CFR Network. You got the links to his YouTube channel in the description, his TikTok, 2 Instagrams, and his merch there, right? And if you go to his YouTube channel, as you can see on screen here, bam, look, click more links. You got all this stuff here. You got his BitChute channel. So all you have to really do is subscribe to his YouTube channel to find the rest, right? But they're all here in the description. He's on BitChute. You got the uncensored stuff, Spotify. He's on all of these platforms here. So go like, share, and subscribe. Again, CFR. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you everyone for subbing. I really appreciate that, because we need to build our own community. They have no problem banging banging hookers, probably a lot of them underage, smoking cigars, drinking fine whiskey, and laughing at us as they sit around a round table and literally plot our demise at the Federal Reserve, at the Bilderberg Group, at all this other shit, right? So I think we should come together peacefully, non-violently, and create our own network. And I really love that about CFR, is because that's one of the things I'm here for, is we need to network with one another. We can't count on them to by them I mean the government to take care of the homeless people. They do a shit job. They can't take care of the roads. We need to create our own economies. We need to create our own communities. I'm still ranting and raving. Definitely never having green tea right before. Yeah.
Thank you for your work. Well, the way I've discovered you, obviously, was via audits in America and stuff, but you have been boots on the ground outside of the political stuff. You've been actually made a difference to affect the change.
I wouldn't say I've made a difference.
You've
but
made a difference with listen. You've made
well,
a
I
difference
will say this, and I
because of your interactions, whether you captured it on camera, one, if not two of those police officers have thought, you know what? I may have not liked the approach and stuff, but you know what? These fucking guys have got appointments. We need to think about how we interact with the members of public who we're supposed to be serving, and not be all in our ego. That's what he thought about. These people take oaths and they wear uniforms, and because they've got that special uniform on, it's just like a child. You give a child a Batman uniform on, a Superman uniform. What the hell is he thinking in his head, or she's thinking in her head that they're invincible? They've got special powers. Yo, this is who I am. When they put on that costume, they think they're licensed to kill. They're 007. They're living out their bloody fantasies. And it's you and the other people who are doing it responsibly saying, "Look, come on, let's
Well, I appreciate your kind words, but at the end of the day, is uh, like you said, and I have at least reached one person, and that's all. That's all that matters. We reach people and we try. And I need to try way harder. I've been over the last year or so. Things have changed vastly in my life, and I've refocused myself, and I'm changing a lot. So I'm adapting to that, and like I said, stay tuned to this channel because there's going to be a lot of really different and interesting changes. It's going to be completely different. It's going to be different, guys. So keep that in mind, and subscribe to CFR Network. Support him. And yeah, no conspiracy. There are some conspiracies. The Bilderberg Group is a definitely definition of conspiracy, and there may not be a sacrifice at CERN. But they definitely did some weird shit there. They're definitely doing weird shit at Bohemian Grove. They're definitely doing weird shit at Skull and Bones. There's definitely weird shit that's going on that they don't tell you about in school. And even if they just did it as a prank, it's still a weird thing to do. Why would they prank that? It's just weird. But yeah, thank you CFR for joining us for over 2 hours now. I'll send you a message shortly. I'm gonna make myself a little din here, and we'll talk about a few things behind the scenes. But guys, thank you guys all for joining. I really appreciate it. I want you guys to go over, like I said, and subscribe. All the links are in the description. And these guys are gonna go around and they're gonna sit together in their cloudy rooms full of smoke and whiskey and underage girls. And I'm gonna be kicking it here with CFR, sipping on some old English with a snapback and fake Mike. Real news. Peace out.